Waiting. Well, I'll reintroduce what's going on as people come on. But I've never gone live on YouTube before. And I could have gone live on Instagram, but I decided to come here instead. We are having like our first... Hello. So what is going on is I'm outside storm watching because this is about the first time this year we've had like a good thunderstorm. And I absolutely love thunderstorms. So I've decided to come sit out on my porch and watch the thunderstorms. Hello. So, I don't know. The thunder isn't that loud, which is kind of surprising because the lightning is like really bright. But I'll take it. I'll take what I can get. Honestly, I wish it would rain more. Okay, I want to be able to see all of the messages. Okay, cool. I wish it would rain more here. It always says it's gonna rain, and then we'll just get like a little bit. Oh, hello. Turn back on. All right. If I'm gonna go live, I kind of need this to be on. Okay. I'll probably have to get up and do that a few times. So, a lot of you guys hopefully saw the post where I said I wanted to post a video every day of June. And I have been trying to upload a video all day, and my internet is not letting me, so that sucks. But, plans for Escape the Night party. Well, the video that I'm trying to upload today, I recorded a few weeks ago, but I actually did a decent amount of, I don't want to say spoilers, but I like showed off a few things in my video. And that will be going up on June 2nd now. So June is also my birthday, which is why I decided to record a video every month. Okay, the wind needs to calm down because I'm getting wet and I don't want to. Anyway, so I recorded it a few weeks ago, but then I decided to post a video every day of June. So I'm going to take all the videos that I already have and just upload them then. And the kickoff is going to be the Escape the Night 2.5. So we're going to have that be June 1st. And then all of the videos that I have recorded, I'm going to post up. And I think I have up until June 5th then, so that I have videos already recorded for. But plans with Escape the Night. We already have had to make changes to the cast list, which I knew was going to happen, and that's fine. I never really expect the original cast to stay the same, just because I never know what's going to go on. So some people have had to drop, which is why I wait so late to do cast reveals, just because I have to make sure that like everyone is still going to be able to make it. So I will be doing cast reveals in July. I do already have some friends who are getting costume pieces together though, so that's exciting. I am not quite sure how much I've already said like on videos that you guys have seen and how much of it y'all haven't seen yet. So if I say something that I haven't said in a video yet, then y'all just get that heads up before anyone else. But I have already created the main, I don't know what you would want to call them, but kind of like the artifacts or the ungodly treasures. I have those objects. We are doing a giant golden puzzle piece, and I just showed off the pieces of the puzzle piece in this last video that will be posted on June 2nd. So y'all will get to see the golden puzzle is what I'm calling it. I also show off some of the like death challenge stuff that I already have out. So I think I show you guys 3 different pieces for 3 different death challenges. So that's exciting too. One of the puzzles was the 9 number grid that I posted on my community tab. So that is going to be actually the first death challenge. So I'm not going to say like what the puzzle is yet, but I think that'll be really fun. In my video on the 2nd, I have 2 large white bins that I'm now storing everything in, because if y'all remember from season 1, I showed you guys like my shoebox that I've been keeping everything in, I think. I might not have even... Oh, that was really bright. My whole face turned blue. Love that. Now we wait. Thunder will come. Haha, there it is. Gorgeous. I feel like I'm one of the only people on the planet who genuinely enjoys thunderstorms, because I have yet to meet somebody who like actually enjoys them. Ooh, that was pretty. I'm sorry, I get sidetracked really easy, and when I'm not editing my videos, y'all are about to see how bad it really is. I just edited an 1.5 hour long video down to 20 minutes because I rabbit trail like no one else's business. But that's fine. So anyway, 2 big white bins because the shoebox does not fit all of my things anymore. Honestly, I used to be really scared of storms, but then my sister used to get really bad. So instead of like being scared with her, I would just try and be like, it's not that scary. And then one day I just remember looking out, and granted I wasn't outside yet because I was still pretty young, but we have like 2 big windows in the front. If you guys remember from season 1 of Escape the Night, the 2 windows off of the prisoner's porch, I was sitting on the inside and I was just looking out and I was just watching the thunder. The only time I don't like watching storms though is when I'm on the road and I'm like either driving in it or if somebody else is driving in it, mainly because I know that at some point I'm going to have to get out of the car and run into the house. So not trying to do that. Okay, I might have an answer. What's your question? Ugh, not again. I'm going to have to do this a few times probably because I don't think there's a way to like turn it on and keep it on. Oh yeah, I'm definitely curling my hair for season 3. I loved that look so much. The only sad thing about it though was as soon as I jumped in the pool the other day, it all washed right out and I was so sad. But I honestly thought that was such a look. Somebody commented about curling it off to the side, and I don't know if I'd be able to do that. But I mean, here's to trying. I have 2 months to figure out a look. But that's a whole nother problem. I'm trying to find my look, and I cannot find it. I've decided that I want to do a brown suit. And I went to the thrift store, and I was looking around, and I could not find like 2 suits that matched. Oh, that one was beautiful too. But I wanted to find like a vest piece and like a jacket, but I don't want to go and like spend all this money on like a full brown suit piece, mainly because we're going to be running around, we're going to be sweaty. One of the death challenges, what is the year set? So, I don't know, honestly. No, you are all good. Ask questions. Ask away. I don't know if I've like picked a year. I'm just kind of calling it modern, but all of the costumes are gonna have like different time period pulls. So I don't know if anybody has fully pieced together yet, but I have hinted about like what I'm calling the era. So I'll let y'all know who's on here now. We're going with high society modern is what I've decided to call it. So like everyone's dressed up really nicely and they're going to have modern spins. But I know my friend who's playing the inventor wants to do some steampunky looks. My friend who's playing the artist is probably going to be more modern. The influencer will be more modern. But I think things like the politician and the reverend and things like that, I think they're going to be probably like more like sometimes you have to find like period pieces for costumes like that. So more or less, I'm just gonna kind of call it like a modern era, but I don't think I'm gonna attach a specific time period to it, if that makes sense. But nonetheless, my brown suit. What type of settings would you like in future seasons? Well, I definitely am doing a season 4. That is one thing that I know I'm doing. I already have it in the works. And let's just say it's not a typical era. But I definitely want to go for some fantasy fairy tale vibes. And that is definitely the goal. And one thing about season 3 is that everything in season 3 is going to lead to season 4. And because I have so much of season 4 already planned out, I'm going to intertwine the storylines. So episode 10 is going to be episode 10 is going to introduce the main villain for season 4. So to answer the All-Stars question, definitely a thought in my head. One thing that I took out of my video that I'm editing, or that I just edited, is a little feature that'll be in season 3 called the Book of Death. And I'm currently working on the Book of Death. I'm not going to say, what's all inside said Book of Death, but you will learn all about it during episode 1 and possibly in the trailer too. I'm not quite sure if I'm going to put... I'm not sure. I've been watching Joey's trailers a lot, like trying to see like how I want to format this trailer. I kind of really like season 3's, so I think I might try and imitate that and do like each character too. So, okay, as far as my favorite death goes, there's a lot of different ways that I could spin that, because my favorite death on camera, like the death that I think looked the best, was definitely Zach's death from season 2. I think that one looked the best and the most realistic. I think Erin's death in season 2 was probably one of my most creative deaths, because she like had her face ripped off for the Faceless Bride. So I thought I was pretty creative with that one. Season 1, Hannah's death was definitely the saddest one. Going to be a double death in future seasons. Who has been your favorite cast member? Okay. Double death has definitely crossed my mind. Will she make an appearance? The world may never know. As far as my favorite guest, again, I feel like I just turn it on. Hello, stay on, please. That's a tough question. So, Noah was definitely a favorite of season 1, mainly because he took it the most serious. I remember when I first had said about wanting to do an Escape the Night party, Noah was all for the idea. Like, he wanted to be in it from the get-go, and he was so excited to be a part of it. We actually watched a lot of season 2 together because we were living together on campus at the time, working for orientation. So we would watch season 2 together a lot, and that's when I was planning season 1. So when I had said, like, if I would do this, would you want to do that? And he said, absolutely. So he was all on deck from the beginning. The roles for season 3, let me see if I can remember all 10 of them off the top of my head without looking at the list. So there's the philanthropist, the artist, the designer, the influencer, the millionaire, oh boy, the reverend, the what's the word? The politician, that's not the word I was thinking of. The philosopher, that's the one I was thinking of. A philanthropist is, I don't even really know how to describe a philanthropist. Pretty much they're somebody that like raises money for someone else. So like, they're like the wealthy people who are like, we're gonna raise all this money for this charity. I think that's the best way to describe them. I can't think of the other two. Did I say the artist, the influencer? I don't know. We're all rich snobs. That's the idea. I'm trying to think of my friends who are playing the parts so I can think of who I'm missing. The designer. I don't know if I said that one yet. And the lawyer. Ha ha ha. There we go. Got them all. Yes, yes. And then we have some pretty interesting like villains in this season 2 that I'm kind of excited for. I don't have as many villains as season 2, but I do think I outdid myself with some of them. I think their storylines are going to be more deeper in season 3. Honestly, the designer is definitely... Trevor, the priest is not one. No, the priest is not one. So, as far as the villains go, the main villain I have been toying around with a lot, and somebody in one of the comment sections, actually, yes, Trevor is my brother. Trevor was on season 1. He was the gamer for season 1. He played Miles for season 2, and he will be playing our main villain for season 3, which some of y'all have guessed in the comments section, which is the Puzzle Master. So the Puzzle Master is our main villain for season 3. And I think his costume might be my favorite costume out of all 3 seasons. And you guys will see his costume probably on August 12th will be the first time you get to see the face of the Puzzle Master, because that's when I'm posting the trailer. The saddest death in my Escape the Night party was definitely Hannah's in season 1, because I legit cried when I was editing the video, partially because Hannah's like my best friend, and also because that death was just sadistic and horrible. I was relatively fresh out the closet and had a lot of pent-up anger, so will the biggest tea spill happen? Honestly, I have no idea. I do not tell my friends what to do at all, so the minute they get here, pretty much, here's what happens. They show up, we're recording on August 1st, so they're all going to show up at about 2 o'clock in the afternoon. At least all the bad guys are. I'm going to record all of the bad guys, like, backstories. I have my friend show up about 4. I'm going to say, pose here, take a bunch of pictures for the thumbnails. And then when the episode starts, I'm just going to say, begin episode. And I'm not going to tell them what's going on. I'm not going to tell them who's coming in. I'm not going to tell them what monster's in the episode. All they're going to know is how the person will die at the end of the episode. That way they know, like, when it's their time to die, like, how they have to die. But besides that, like, whatever they do in the season is all them. So when Alexis and Shannon started fighting in season 1, like, I did not see that coming, and we just kind of rode out the wave. My favorite contestant from season 1, like I said earlier, would probably have to be, again, Noah, just because he was the most into it. And I just think it's like a thing, like, for people who genuinely watch Escape the Night all the time, like, they're the ones who are more into it. And then, like, everyone else, like, it takes them an episode or 2 to, like, really get into the vibe of it. So I don't know. As far as season 2 goes, I loved Joey. I enjoyed having Joey on the season so much because he was another one who has watched the season before. He knew what he was doing in the confessionals. He knew the right time to bring the drama. Like, I was not ready for Joey to start pointing fingers at me. And honestly, like, he was so fun to play off of when those scenes came around, and I just lived for every second of it. And oh, it was just great. It was a good time. Let me read this one now. Okay. I liked the death when one of the guests had to kill the one girl. Oh, yes, yes, yes. Maddie. That death was definitely one of my favorites because of, like, I think I addressed this in one of my videos, but, like, my biggest thing is I want all of these episodes to have their own personality. Like, I never want to feel like I'm stealing Joey's ideas, and I never want it to feel like that's what I'm doing. Like, I want it to feel like that's all, like, creative and, like, new ideas. So I thought that was a cool way to do that. Favorite villain in season 2 is, oh boy, okay. So I really liked the Shadows because I liked their makeup and I loved the concept of that episode. But I also loved the Faceless Bride. I think Brie did really good with that. And I also really loved Axel, the werewolf. And I just love the way that Isaiah played that part. How do you choose your personas for your Escape the Night party? Well, this is actually difficult because the first thing I have to do is pick the time period. And then I'll literally go online and I'll type in, like, famous or, like, stereotypical jobs of so-and-so time era. Or for season 1, I took a lot of, like, it was like, if you were in the 90s, who would you be? And I did, like, those 90s stereotypes, like kind of like the Breakfast Club kind of gave some vibes. Season 2, the 60s was a little bit easier because you have a lot of, like, 60s stereotypical things. And then for High Society, I just kind of pictured, like, different people who typically would have a lot of money. What was your favorite confessional? Okay, so I think the confessional that made me laugh the most was when Zach, like, flung his arms out and was like, they're coming. And it was funny because I don't even think he meant to do that for the confessional. Like, I think somebody actually walked past the camper and he was like, I don't know what he was doing, but the way I ended up using it was not how it was recorded at all. And, like, honestly, it was just so funny. Rebecca had a lot of really good confessionals. In season 1, it was kind of hard because, like, the confessionals weren't, like, top priority. And that was, like, the biggest thing from season 2. Like, Hannah came back for season 2 to work backstage, and she helped out behind. And she was like, let's fix the confessionals. So her biggest job was making sure that those confessionals got done. And honest to God, if it wasn't for her, season 2's confessionals would not have looked the way they did. So thank God for her. She's coming back to do it again for season 3. And she is bringing her friend Lexi, who you guys will see on one of my vlogs soon. I spent the day with Lexi for the first time. We've been hanging out a lot now, so she's going to come and help out backstage as well. So I think having all these hands on deck is going to make them even better. I would love to be on one of Joey's seasons. That would definitely be a dream come true. Honest to God, if I could have one dream come true, I think it would be for Joey to see my series and, like, react to my series. Like, I would love to hear what he would have to say, because if I could get the Joey Graceffa seal of approval, it would mean the world to me. I'm currently wearing his merch, and I don't know if I've ever addressed this, like, on a video particularly, but I have his song and logo tattooed on my body. So, like, he definitely means a lot to me. as a creator, as an inspiration, and just as a general human being. So if he would ever see my YouTube and like react to my Escape the Night videos, or even just my channel as a whole, like that would mean the world to me for sure. So if he offered me to be on season 6, I would not say no. I would honest to God drop everything and just go. And that's the tea. Yeah, Trev, Kalis, who does that, was also really funny. Again, I feel like it's not even 5 minutes. I'm going to go flick some switches and see what I can. I don't know. I flicked it and it turned off. And then I flicked it and it turned back on again. But I don't think it's going to stay on. I think it's going to just do whatever. The saddest death on Joey's Escape Tonight was for sure Rose's death in season 3, because I legit, like, I turned that episode off and went to bed and cried. Planning an Escape Tonight. So I get asked this a lot on Instagram, actually. If you don't follow my Instagram, make sure you follow it, because that's where I'll be posting all the cast reveals. But I think the biggest thing that I would have to say is, like, don't expect it to end a certain way. Like, I do put a lot of, like, thought into each episode, and I have a vision in my head of how I want the episode to go out, but it never happens exactly the way I envisioned it, and that's okay. And I know for some people it's a little bit harder when things don't go right as planned, and because I know it's an anxiety inducer. And I think the biggest thing about planning an Escape the Night party is, like, if you're gonna have friends come over, like, there's no way you're gonna be able to script everyone, and even then, like, that takes the fun out of it. So being able to just, like, relax and just let it go the way it goes, like, anything can be fixed. You know what I mean? So, like, if something doesn't happen exactly the way you want it, like, that's fine. Roll with it. Like, you'll be able to make it work. If I was on Joey's season, do you think you would survive? Well, I would hope so, because I have 3 seasons of my own experience. However, I have an advantage because I kind of create everything, so I know what's going to happen. I would hope to God I would survive, but I also, like, had this thought the other day where if I was ever on Joey's season, I almost feel as if people wouldn't take me seriously, like the other characters wouldn't take me seriously because of being, like, a smaller YouTuber, or, like, getting popular because I did a spin-off. So, like, I feel like if I was to go against, like, all these YouTubers who have already, like, created their empire, like, they would not take me seriously and they would vote me off. So I feel like I would have to fight for my life, period. Top 10 favorite characters: Rosanna, Colleen, Alex, Justine, season 4 Tana, but not season 2 Tana, Gabby, Glozell, Tyler Oakley, obviously Joey, and probably Sophia. Are the monsters very scary or not scary for season 3? Well, so I think the Puzzle Master is going to be a little creepy, not going to lie. You're going to hear him speaking in episode 2.5. So, what did you think of Justine's death in All Stars? I was kind of sad that she went first, not going to lie. But I love that she fought back. So, Okay, I was like, I knew I was answering a different question and I lost track. So, Puzzle Master's probably going to be a little creepy. I think they're going to be creepy, not scary. Well, well, their makeup isn't going to be the scary thing. Like the Puzzle Master and his minions are going to have like creepy masks and whatnot. But I don't think any of the other characters are going to look creepy. They're going to be more scary in the way they act, if that makes sense. Um, who is the hardest to work with on your Escape the Night party? Honestly, I didn't really have a problem working with anyone. Shannon did not want to escape the night. Like, let me tell y'all, that's the tea to spill. Shannon said from the very beginning, she was like, I don't want to be up late, but I love this idea. And she, honest to God, voted for herself every single episode because she wanted to die. Like, she wanted to go to bed. And especially after like episode 5, she was tired. She did not want to go on. She wanted to go to bed, but she did not get voted in at all. So, but even then, like, it wasn't that it was like hard to work with her. So I don't really think I had a problem working with anyone. What do you think is the most well-deserved death in Escape the Night? I was kind of ready for Matt to die in season 1, to be honest. What time is the world going to be set? Probably more modern. Nikita's my all-time favorite. Who's the hardest person to work for? I'm going to give a 10. Aha! Okay, yeah, the vote taker. So, I'm going to be real honest. I low-key forgot that I needed someone to pull vote cards when I made the original cast list. So then I had to panic because I was like, what am I going to do? Like, especially because like the virus going on right now, it was really hard to get people to commit to this. So even some people who have done it in the past were like, I don't think I'm going to be able to do it this year, which is like completely valid. And I would never be mad at anybody for that. But like just trying to get people is difficult. I do have some new faces coming on who have not worked with me in the past. So that'll be exciting. But the vote taker is not going to be introduced in episode 1. So we're not even going to see them until episode 2. And then the whole episode is going to kind of revolve around like who they are in their backstory. But they definitely have a very big backstory with the Puzzle Master that y'all will have to find out when episode 2 releases, which I'm going to release episodes 1 and 2 on the same day. So they're both going to come out, I think I said August 25th, whatever that Wednesday is. It's the last Wednesday of August. I will say their name is Mimic, is the name I came up with for the vote taker. I think I addressed... Nikita was also iconic, but Nikita was kind of problematic. So I don't know. But still definitely iconic, especially in season 4. I think I answered everything so far. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to let this live roll around until my phone dies. So, yes, my season 3 will be out in August. We're recording August 1st. So that's when we're actually going to host the party. Praying to God it doesn't rain because most of it's going to be inside. But one of my favorite death challenges in season 3 is outside, and I really don't want them to have to do it in the rain because it could be dangerous to be on the hill in the rain. But, well, I'm going to try and keep y'all in the loop as much as I can. So the month of June will be Escape the Night Season 2.5. And granted, it's only 5 minutes, but it's still, you know, something. It gives a cliffhanger intro to Season 3. And then July 6th starts the character reveals. So the entire month of July will be the character reveals. We're going to record in August. And then I'm going to take a week to edit everything. And the goal is going to be words. My goal is going to be to have every single episode edited by the time I release the trailer, so I don't have to worry about getting behind again, because I know that that's been a thing that I've struggled with the past 2 seasons, is like keeping up consistency in actually like whatever, like posting regularly. So we're gonna post the trailer on the 12th, and then I will post the first episode to premiere on the 25th, which I believe is that Wednesday. And it'll be episodes 1 and 2, and then it'll be weekly every Wednesday. I feel like I saw some things. What monster do you want to do? Oh my. Okay. Hello? What? Okay, right. Orientation is locked. Rotate the device back. Okay, there we go. Sorry about that. My thumb just decided it didn't want to hold my phone anymore. Monster that I want to do the most. So, I really wanted to do aliens in season 2, but I couldn't figure out how to work it. And I didn't even try for season 3, so I'm not trying for season 4. So aliens is definitely off the block. I don't have the budget for aliens. Season 3 might end up having, I don't know. I'm kind of like in love with all of my monsters for season 3. So a robot for season 3. Well, I don't have a robot, but I definitely do have another inanimate object coming to life. And she's going to have quite the backstory too. So that'll be exciting. I think the villain that I'm most excited for with season 3 is probably going to be the serial killer, if we're being honest. That was definitely something that, that's definitely an idea that I was excited, that crossed my mind, and I think the whole puzzle is going to be absolutely insane. Is... Okay, yeah. Honestly, having like big ideas is definitely a good thing. As far as like having the holder idea goes, I honestly like I'll just write down whatever I want. Honestly, and I'm just like I want this, 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 and this, and then I sit on it for a little bit and I go, okay, well this isn't realistic, this isn't realistic, this isn't realistic, and it's like how can I do something like this in budget? So that's actually how the shadows came to be, because I wanted to have the aliens. So the whole idea was that I wanted it to be like an alien spaceship had crashed on an alien spaceship had crashed on the campground, and they had to like infiltrate the alien like thing. I'll get to that. I'll get to your question. But then I realized that I did not have any way of actually like creating this alien spaceship. So then I said, let's do shadows instead. And then that's how we got the whole idea for episode 7, Lights Out. To answer the, ooh, I would love Hades. That would be so cool. The decade of the season, I'm not giving it one specific decade. I'm just going to call it modern, So it's a modern era. Um, their invitations, which I haven't actually written up yet, is basically just going to say like, come to this modern era gala. It's going to be like a high society gala, and it is like in a modern time. And instead of it being like they're trapped in time, like the puzzle master literally traps them in the house, like, period. Like, that's gonna all relate to like the whole season 4 thing as well, like where the puzzle master gets his powers from and everything, like why he is the way he is. Like, that's all gonna tie into season 4. So don't you worry. Hopefully it all makes sense. Um so the rewards for the death challenges, you'll see these in my video that I'm going to post on June 2nd. Is they have to create a giant golden puzzle. And that's the thing. They have to piece together the golden puzzle. And there's 8 pieces to the golden puzzle. So when I posted that community status not too long ago, and I shared the picture of the like 2 grids and the puzzle pieces, I probably captioned it something like, is your soul worth like a puzzle piece or whatever? That's why, because they basically have to trade their lives for a piece of the puzzle. Well, I tried to do something like that in season 2 where we had to vote on some, like, one person to kill the other. Even though I, like, from the very get-go, I intended for Shannon to take over. So it was either like, if Rebecca did go to stab her, Shannon was going to be like, that's not how you kill someone. So like what actually happened, or had Rebecca hesitated, Shannon was then going to push Rebecca out of the way and be like, I don't have time for this, and just like go ham. Well, okay, so the tea is that the Puzzle Master isn't necessarily going to connect the whole storyline. The next main villain connects the whole storyline, but the Puzzle Master is the one who's going to have the most contact with the next main villain. So all 3 seasons will make 100% sense in episode 10. Honestly, T, I love making new friends. That was a weak lightning bolt. Come on. You were literally like flashing the whole sky 10 minutes ago. Ugh. How sad. The rain has died down a lot too, so that's kind of sad. And now I can feel the heat coming back out. So that's no fun. I was really concerned about season 3 because I wasn't sure. I wasn't sure if. Okay, I get it. My phone is dying. Okay. I wasn't sure like if I was gonna vibe with season 3, but as I'm going, like, we're vibing. So how do I come up with the challenges? Well, so sometimes I'll see them, like I was playing a puzzle game earlier, like 2 weeks ago, and when I was doing the one puzzle, I was like, wait, this would actually like be really cool. So that's how I came up with the one death challenge. My favorite death challenge that I was telling you guys about, that's actually going to happen like right up here on the hill. That has gone through 3 different phases until it has reached where it was now. Because originally I wanted it to be like a find all the objects kind of thing. And then I was like, well, I don't know. Like, I feel like that's so overdone, or like that's not going to be like a dramatic death challenge. Then I was like, how can I like juice this up? So then it changed into like a teamwork kind of thing, and it was going to be like 2 people voted in and they have 2 partners. And then I said, well, I don't know if I want to do that either. And now it has evolved into what it is going to be, which is going to be probably my favorite death challenge across all 3 seasons. I don't do a savant character because that's Joey's thing, and I didn't want to take that from him. And I also like being able to dress up myself as a character as well. So, in season 1, I got to be the closet case, which was because I was like, you know, I like really vibed with that because I had just come out of Christian school, da 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 da, whole ordeal. And then I really just wanted a reason to buy a leather jacket in season 2. I've always wanted one. I said like I'm just gonna be the greaser, and then I have to buy one. And then I'm not gonna tell you guys which character I'm playing yet for season 3, but I definitely picked it for a reason, which I'll explain after I do my character reveal. Da, 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 da. Okay, hit me with the idea because I definitely still need some, and I might possibly use it. You should do a season when they save you instead. Well, season 3, I might find myself in quite the pickle. So, you might find me needing help in season 3. Who do you come up with a death? How do I come up with the deaths? Well, the first thing that I have to think about is what can I do that'll look good on camera? And then the second thing I have to think about is will it be easy to do and be very like safe for the actual people dying? Because like I said earlier, I don't really tell them much. Like I'm just going to say this is how you're going to die. So they really don't like they don't know what to expect, and like honestly, I have a lot of deaths this season being very up close. One thing with being inside the house is we don't really have room to be fully chased. So, because of that, a lot of these deaths are going to be more close and combative. And my biggest concern is like making sure that all of my guests know that like you're going to have a monster up in your personal space, but like how are we going to do that safely? So that's really the biggest thing for me is like how can I make these deaths safe and still look realistic and entertaining at the same time. And thankfully, I've gone to school for theater for 3 years now, and we've been put in positions multiple times where we had to talk about like safety with stage combat. So I have some decent experience with staging combat safely. A challenge when there is a safe force field and in exchange for something that the monster cannot see them, so they can find something to face the monster. Okay, I kind of like that. So, y'all got me spilling a lot. With the death challenge outside, it's actually going to be pretty cool. Because the whole concept is like, oh, how can I say this without spoiling too much? Basically, the concept is it's like there's two monsters and like they're both watching you like a hawk, and it's like as soon as there's a winner, like you're safe, and like it's because like the whole death challenge is making yourself safe, and then the other monster is going to get angry, and that's why the other person's going to die. I never commented this, but who do you think will become your favorite character this season? Well, it kind of all depends on how far people make it, because I like in the past 2 seasons there have definitely been people who I invited who I knew were going to die early, like just based off of like the rest of the group. Like in season 1, I didn't think Kayla was going to make it very far, mainly because Kayla was my friend and really my friend only. Like nobody else at the party knew her, and I figured that was going to make her a target. As where like Noah, Tom, and Mary all, and even Shannon, like were all at school with me. So like they all knew each other from school, and then Trevor and Julia knew. So I figured that like that put a target on Kayla's back. And then I definitely did not see Alexis dying first. The most drama was definitely Rebecca. Rebecca definitely caused the most drama. But hers was all behind the scenes. Like, she did the drama behind the scenes and basically, like, tried to tell everybody who to vote for from the get-go. So that was her, like, way of trying to escape the night, was, like, plot behind the scenes to stay alive on set. But I think on the camera, the most drama was probably, well, honestly, probably still Rebecca, because Rebecca just liked to yell at people, and it was kind of iconic. Who do I think is going to die? Who did I think would die early? In season 1, I thought Kayla was going to be one of the first ones, and she was. In season 2, I don't know. Season 2 was difficult too because a lot of people like were on a schedule. So like they were like, we want to do your party, but we can't be there all night. So like sometimes people had to die because they had to leave. So like I knew Erin had to die early because she had to leave. And that like kind of took the fun out of it, I guess, in a way, because like in season 1, everybody besides Shannon wanted to survive. In season 2, everyone was like, gotta go. So that kind of sucked. And in season 3, I have no idea because I don't even necessarily have a solid cast yet. Because there's still a few people who are up in the air on if they can commit to me just based off of other obligations. So I'm not quite sure about that yet, but I'll probably do a video similar to season 1 and 2 where I kind of like go through all the characters and I say like what I think is going to happen. I also want to do like a big Zoom chat with everybody and record that so it can be like a large interview with all of the characters once they're announced, in hopes that like helps build bonds between you guys and the characters and whatnot. Honestly, that was why I started making a party, was just because I was watching it and I was like, I would love for nothing less but to be on Joey's seasons of Escape the Night. And like, I figured the best way to do that is just to create my own. Well, as far as the All-Star seasons go, it is definitely something that I would love to explore. For sure. I love my neighbors. She's over there laughing, having a good time. I love it. I love it. I love happiness. I love laughter. Well, who are you most surprised to see die in your Escape the Night party? Honestly, Tom. Even though I voted for him when he died, I didn't think he would actually die. I thought Tom was going to make it really far. I was surprised. I didn't think Alexis was going to escape the night, but I also didn't think she was going to be the first one dead. So that was kind of sad. Are these puzzles harder? I don't know, because I'm still like planning a lot of them. So I think some of them definitely are going to be, but I think a lot of them is going to be not necessarily as much as like a hard puzzle, as much as like I want to get more storyline in. What's a madman? Okay, so the madman character from season 2, when I was doing research into like 60s personas, I saw the term used a lot to define like a businessman or like a wealthy businessman. A lot of times I guess they were referred to as madmen, and that's why I went with that. Hello, let me scroll, please. Honestly, here's the tea. I was not sad when Mary died, mainly because if it wasn't Mary, it was going to be me. And I was so panicked because I did not want to die at my own party. So I remember, like, as soon as Shannon and Noah said they were done, I was like, it was Mary! And I, like, backed up real quick. And I, like, obviously edited it out. And, like, I love Mary, and I'm glad that she did it. But I, like, at that point, it was her or me. And I'm glad it was me. Love you, Mary. But needed to kind of survive my own party. I am on 3%, so I am going to read the rest of these comments real quick. And what did you think of the pacifist death? I think Joey played that out really well. Honestly, I would not have wanted that to go any other way. And Joey was one of the people who I trusted to take full creative liberties over his death and just do it good. And I'm glad he did it that way. I laughed so hard when one of the characters from season 2 fell on in front of you and died. Yeah, that was Joey. Honestly, me and Joey are really good friends. And the fact that we were able to beef it out like that was amazing. And I remember he came up to me after he died and he was like, I hope you know I'm like not actually mad. Like it was amazing about it. I was like, honestly, Joey, no, like I love it. Keep it up because this is great for the camera. But he he is definitely on my list of people who I want to come this year. And like I don't really have a cast list too solidified for the monsters yet. But I definitely reached out to him and he's interested in coming back and playing on the other side this time. So I'll be excited to have him on camera again because I think it was absolutely amazing. But I want to be before my phone dies. I am on 1%. This has been an hour-long live stream where I literally sat and watched rain, and I'm glad y'all tuned in for it. But I promise I'm going to start posting videos soon. And June 2nd is going to answer a lot more of the Escape the Night questions. I show you guys a lot more of it. And this whole month of June is going to just be videos every day, hopefully, fingers crossed. So I have a lot of things planned, but thank y'all for sitting with me. Love y'all. It means a lot to me to have your guys' support. So I will see y'all next time.